I could probably wrestle something up. I got chicken. I could make chicken.
I had a little bit of chicken and sushi stuff yesterday. Um, and then I haven't really had much today because I felt really not good this whole day as I took my um, medicine stuff like at the wrong time last night
Oh,
because
so are you feeling bad?
no, I feel normal bad now, my normal bad. But earlier, yeah, I
Yeah,
was
but
like,
when do you feel your normal good?
never. I haven't for like since I was like 25, 24.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, why do you think I'm trying to figure out the doctor stuff? But it has to be on hold while I'm doing the van plan.
Oh, what happened when you were 24 that messed you up?
Uh, I,
Was
I
there
don't.
an event that was like, oh shit, this is now I feel bad?
Um, no, I had like a lot of stuff going on. Starting in like my early 20s up until like 24, 25, where I started to acknowledge fully that my body is probably what's affecting a lot of how I feel and how I feel and how I think. And when I was like 26 and able to, I was off the insurance and then got my own and everything. Um, was that 2022, 2023? I don't know. Can't remember the exact dates, but I started to go to the doctor and there's like a bunch of different issues. But yeah, I had like I remember I used to cough every day at nighttime. Do you remember that? It was a while ago now, but I was
I
like,
thought you used to get the sniffles at night.
yeah, and then I would also it kind of churned into coughing for like a year or two, and that had to do with like mold and stuff that I figured out with the allergist, and then my stomach hurting for like a ridiculous amount of years and still going like that is probably just like something having to do with my genetics or whatever because like I don't absorb nutrients properly, so I probably need like probiotic, prebiotic, postbiotic blend stuff. Um, and testosterone drops after like 25, and mine dropped a ton, but it bounced back. But it dropped like really super low to like the point where um, it should have not been at the one at what it was. Like it was just dangerous. A lot of different stuff with doctor stuff that I've dealt with for years. I don't I don't know what started it, but
Yeah, but there's still some days you feel like great, right?
nope. Mentally, yes, or emotionally, yes, but not physically.
Oh, really?
I can say I feel great in comparison to other days.
Yeah, but do you feel like sick all the time?
Do you? Do, I'm trying not to be mean.
Wait, what do you mean you're trying not to be mean?
Because we've had this fucking conversation so many times where I've told you, yes, my stomach hurts all the time. Even if my
I don't think we've ever talked about this. What do you mean?
you're gonna get slapped when I come back to visit.
What the fuck?
My
Yeah.
stomach hurts every day, all the time, morning to night, dusk to dawn, 12 hours plus 12 hours, 24/7.
Like you feel like you're gonna throw up sick?
No, like it just hurts all the time. And then sometimes
Oh,
it
like you
switches.
got gas.
It could be bloating, it could be visceral fat, it could be indigestion. There's like a lot of different things.
Oh, did you just try taking like Pepto Bismol?
I can't take Pepto Bismol on my stuff.
Oh,
But yes, Pepto, Oh wait, yeah, Pepto. Yeah, that's the pink liquid thing. Yeah, I can take that one. I thought for some reason you were talking about the little pink pill. I forget what that one's called. Um,
Yeah, the Pepto Bismol is good for like heartburn and indigestion and upset stomach and diarrhea.
yeah, I've taken that, and it kind of sometimes would help back in before, but it doesn't really do anything. Same thing with those chewable little tablet things. Doesn't really help. And I take some methicone and dicyclamine, which
What the hell is that?
methicone is essentially like a anti-gas, and then dicyclamine is like stomach pain. And I'm prescribed for a duality dose of those, so they act together, and I take those almost every day after I eat a big meal. It still doesn't really help though. Um, it just kind of like blunts the pain. Kind of like when you get burnt and you're like, ow, I'm burnt. And then you just run it under water and you're like, it still hurts, but it's like a little bit better.
Yeah, but does it sometimes like you have bad poops?
I could talk about poop, my poop for a long time.
Wait, really? You got like poop horror stories?
Remember when I was putting on the weight and I was going to the bathroom like 10 times a day?
Yeah.
So there's that, then there's just like, no, it's like
Wait,
pretty
you were
good now.
pooping, you weren't peeing?
It was both.
Oh. Why were you going poop so? Oh, because of all the milk?
And all the everything that I was eating.
Oh, yeah. Weren't you like drinking those shakes? That
Yes.
you were like, it was like milk and, uh, like spinach?
Yeah, it was a ton of stuff. And then I was also having the burgers every day. And then at a certain point, when I couldn't gain any more weight, I just
Oh,
started
yeah,
fucking
you're
eating
eating like,
donuts and shit.
oh, you're dirty bulking?
Not at first, not until I couldn't gain any more weight. And then I was like, I'm not gaining any weight at all. And then I started to eat
Well, were you getting enough?
crap.
Maybe you weren't getting enough calories.
Are you joking around right now?
Wait, but isn't that how it works? Or you're saying your body doesn't absorb the calories, and that's why it wasn't working?
Oh, you're being serious? Yeah, like most likely what was happening is because of whatever is going on with my stomach. I just wasn't fully absorbing the nutrients, so like yeah, I wasn't like fully
Well, no, I know you. I'm not saying like you don't know about calories. I'm saying like
No, no, I didn't think you meant that. I thought you were just
you
joking.
were in a surplus, is what I'm saying, and it wasn't working.
Yeah, I was in a crazy surplus and it was working for a long time, but then it leveled out to where it wasn't
And you
doing
were
anything.
still like in a even higher surplus.
Yeah,
Oh, and
and
all it made you do was go to the bathroom a lot.
yeah, I think that's what it was. Is I was like such at a high amount for my height and weight and everything that my energy expenditure, whatever, that like I would just eat it and it would go through me. And so like I was still getting the calories that I needed, but like the additional didn't put on more weight. I mean, if I would keep doing that for a super, super long time, I'm sure it would eventually, but it wasn't noticeable like within a couple months or anything.
Yeah.
I think now it would be different. I think now if I did that, I would definitely just like super gain a ton of weight.
Oh,
But
you think you like fixed it?
no, but I'm doing a lot of stuff that's going toward my gut health because emotional and mental health is super important in physical, but your gut health is like just I'm learning that it's like just as important as your brain because they communicate to make your nervous system and your body work properly. And so when I hit like all my macro stuff, whatever, that's easy. But when I hit my micronutrient stuff, like vitamins and minerals, that's when I start to feel a lot better. So when I eat whole food stuff, like a ton of vegetables, ton of fruit, and then like just the amount of protein and fats and stuff that I should have, those vegetables and fruits and stuff that have majority of the
So
um,
yeah, you actually feeling better comes from like the micronutrients
I think
and hitting
so.
those goals.
I think so, but I also need my antidepressant can help with like full body issue stuff. I would have to read like from a source to know how to explain it really well. But one of the things
So do
I
you like not get sad anymore when you take the antidepressant stuff?
know, it helps blunt my depression and helps me function with it. And instead of being super down or always thinking about things in a negative way, I still do that, but I can easily switch it around to think of things in a positive way when before I could not. So I still think of it negatively, but then the reason why a lot of people think that I talk positively, like you or my sister or something, is because I do talk positively and I'm able to think positively after I spin it around in my head. But without the stuff I'm taking, it's not really like possible to do that. So it makes it easier to live with the depression. It doesn't make it go away, and the depression is different from me being sad. So it doesn't make my sadness go away. It just mainly helps with,
So you can still feel sad.
yeah, I still feel sad all the time about a bunch of stuff.
I thought it was supposed to like make you like happy.
No.
Is it like a common misconception?
Yes.
Does it make you feel like a zombie or no?
No, it makes me feel like, um, for example, I don't like to use mouse and keyboard playing a game. I like to use a controller. So with the depression, if the depression is all I have is a mouse and keyboard, I'm going to be really bad at the game. The antidepressant makes it to where I can like plug in a controller, and now I'm like, hey, I can play this game pretty easily. You see what I mean?
Wait, so it makes you better on controller?
You're getting slapped.
Wait, I don't get it. You said it makes it so that you can play controller, and it makes you. But wouldn't you? Either way, wouldn't you want to play on controller?
If depression is a game and my brain is the mouse and keyboard,
Oh, it's an analogy you're using. It's like a metaphor, like an analogy.
yeah, because it's hard to explain.
Oh, I thought you meant like when you're actually playing a game.
Yeah, no. If depression is a game, my brain is mouse and keyboard, so I'm not good at it. But the antidepressant is like, hey, here's a controller you can plug in to make the game easier.
Oh yeah, so like,
Still the
oh
same
yeah, okay,
game.
that makes it easier to understand.
Yeah. Or it's like, I could hit, there's a hammer I'm trying to put in the wall. I could hit it with like a frying pan, but I might like hit the wall and dent the wall too because the frying pan is huge. And then with the antidepressant, it's like a hammer spawns in. It's like, oh, here you go. So it makes the task easier. It's still like there. That makes sense.
Yeah, but um, do you like ever worry about becoming like dependent on it, or do you think that just doesn't matter if you? It's just like better to have a tool than not have it.
Better to have a tool than not have it. The only way that I'm dependent on it right now is I if I don't take it at the right time, it will make me sleep longer because it helps with a ton of different things because it's
Yeah, that helps
tricyclic.
with your. Isn't that better though? Because it helps with your insomnia.
Yeah, so it helps with that too. It helps with a lot of different things. Um,
Because I know you weren't able to sleep for a while.
yeah, for super many years. Um,
Are you like happy about that being able to sleep from it?
yes. To answer your other question, I wouldn't be dependent on it. Like, yes, I'm depending on it to help me as a tool, yes. But if there was like a disaster and I couldn't get it, I know what I would start to feel like. And would I be able to live with it? I mean, I lived with it before. Would it be more difficult, even more difficult to do everything? Yes. And then because it's a very, very like hardcore drug, I would have really bad side effects if I didn't take it for like more than one day. It would be like extremely bad side effects. So you have to slowly come off of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, like there's actual like withdrawals from it or something.
Withdrawal, yeah, and like yes.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are not like that. There's normal ones that if you're prescribed them, they you can usually come off them just fine without
Yeah, but if
anything.
you want to stop, you gotta like wean it.
For me, yeah, for the one that I take, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
If you ever feel like your life is like way uh like all your problems go away and you're like never stressed anymore, do you think you would consider like getting off of it?
No,
Just
I
out of
would
curiosity, I guess.
no, I would consider it working.
No.
Coming off it would be a really extremely bad idea. If it's working for
Oh,
me.
okay.
If it's not working in some capacity, like it's not working as much to the same degree or whatever, then I would consider upping it even more. And then if I hit the top end of what is safe, which I'm pretty close to the top end, if I hit the top end, then either I would most likely what would happen is I would consider taking something additionally that's safe with it, dropping some of the percentage of it down. I would never like completely come off of them again unless it was just
Yeah, like whatever
not
your
working.
doctor's okay with, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking about getting a psychiatric exam, and 'cause I think I might have ADHD, but I don't know.
I mean,
I was looking at like stuff online that's like what it looks like in adults, and I'm like, it kind of describes me a bit, but I don't know if it like describes everyone. So you know what I mean? Like if you read it and you're like, oh, that sounds like me, but I don't know.
well, it's not um like someone reading your star sign or some shit where you can apply it to everything. It's it's
Yeah, yeah, that's how I was thinking of it. I'm like, am I just falling for like the bait of like what girls do with fucking astrology shit?
no, but there's a few things that happen with like psychiatric examinations. Like as long as it's being done by like a specific type of test or something, then that's okay. But if it's being done like by a specific individual, just remember that they have particular things that they are um what is the word? Like somebody could your psychiatrist could be like a psychiatrist that focused on PTSD, or they could be a psychiatrist that focused on depression or whatever. So, what I've found through myself and through my sister and through my clients in the past is that depending on the person that you talk to, they might lean toward your issues coming from like something that they're more knowledgeable in.
Oh, so they might have a bias towards something they know more about.
Yes, but then to make you not feel like you shouldn't do that, because I think you should do what you said, to make you feel better about it, just remember that it's okay if they're slightly biased because a lot of these things overlap um, in how they're diagnosed and how they're looked at and the the precursors that you have and the antecedents that show like this leads to that. This is how I feel when that happens, um, and the things that go on. Like you could have PTSD, but ADHD like symptoms, which is like what I have. So that does that mean I have ADHD? No, but it presents itself very extremely similarly to that. So even if they got your diagnosis wrong, it's okay because two reasons. One, it'll still probably be able to be helped through trial and error of what you need to take. And for two, as long as you take notes on yourself and you're not just blindly taking whatever they say, if you write down every day how you feel about things and you track if you're going in a cycle or you track that the medicine is doing something that you don't want it to do or it's making you feel better, you track
Do you
like
think there's a placebo effect where you think like, oh, I want it to work after you take it, and then you're like, oh, I think it's working because you're doing the thing that you think you thought it should do?
there's absolutely placebo is a thing, yes. But when it comes to extended activation of the placebo after a little while and you're still using it, um, the placebo effect will go away and it will either work or not work for you.
Oh, right, because your brain can't always have like be working like that.
Yeah. So it definitely makes sense to go. You don't even have to get an evaluation if you don't want to. You can just talk to a psychiatrist and tell them things that are difficult or things that are easy for you or things that make you feel confused or prevent you from doing stuff. And like I have a ton of shit like that. And I think that a lot of people just don't do anything about it and they don't realize that, oh, me deciding to get on my phone for 6 hours after work and then eat and go to sleep is not necessarily me being lazy. It might be the entire time in between watching all these videos. Maybe I'm like, oh shit, I need to go to the gym. Oh shit, I need to make a good meal. And then I'm like, one more video, one more video. And it's not like being lazy, it's being um, like your brain functioning prioritization is not working. Like my biggest issue that I'm trying to figure out aside from my gut health is my executive function because I have what's called executive paralysis and a lot of different well, I have a lot of different things going on, but it means that my prioritization doesn't work at times. I can literally be physically not able to move. Um, my trichotillomania will kick in when I'm trying to think of something that's like not easy or try to do a task that's not easy. So instead, my brain will be like, I'm gonna pick my face for an hour um, instead of doing this task that I need to do, change my tires or whatever it is. And then,
Yeah.
or your brain, you might not have like something like that, like me, where you pick your beard hairs, but you might um, force yourself to do a task that you know will take a long time, and then that means you can't do the other task that you're going to do. So you're like, okay, I need to go to the gym. Oh, yeah, but I need to sort my magic cards first and make sure that I can get $50 from them on eBay by perfectly sorting them. And
Yeah,
instead,
but
what
if
you
I
do
do
is
that, then I'm not able to do this other thing.
exactly. And it's
Yeah.
not lazy. That's not being lazy. Being lazy is a choice. The other thing is your brain is literally telling you like this is what I feel like is a priority right now You see what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder if,
You definitely
just
have a lot
speaking
of
for myself,
shit.
I wonder if I have any of that sort of executive function, like, problems or something, because, uh, yeah, just from what I was reading a little bit about it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. Because I don't want to think of myself as lazy, but sometimes I think my brain gets, like, stuck on, like, I don't know, I could kind of, like, come home from work and just be, like, on my phone all day and then go to sleep.
But the question is, do you ever think like, hey, I need to clean my room, or I need to go to the gym, or I want to do this thing, and instead you're watching the videos, or are you just watching videos?
No, I think I'm always at least consciously aware of all the things that I need to do.
Yeah,
But then
so
I like do the distracting, like, oh, I'm gonna play Belacher on my phone and just do this shit all day.
yeah, see, it's different. It's a different thing. So yes, you have something going on, and now that the only difficult thing is, look at me. I've been doing this for like 4 years, where I'm figuring this stuff out, and I'm still not have not figured it all out. But you know why I haven't stopped? Because I am slowly figuring it out and I'm feeling better all the time. And eventually, when you ask me the question, but yeah, you feel good, really good sometimes, I'll be like, yeah, I feel great all the time. Because eventually that's what's going to happen. Because I will have figured out how my gut works, where what I eat, and the specific um, nutrition tools and pills and things that I need for my gut to work, for me to feel good, boom. My allergies for me to feel good, boom. My emotional stuff that I work through instead of putting it in a vault and not thinking about it, boom. Having good social, um, having good like social interactions and fun with my friends, boom. Taking care of the stuff with the psychiatrist, figuring out the medication that I need as a tool that I need, bada bing, eating stuff that I want to eat along with the stuff that helps with my stomach, and then also going to the doctor, make sure my blood work and my hormones, my testosterone, and my everything else going on is taken care of. Boom. Then what else is there? At that point, I'm like existing in like the fifth dimension and I feel great. So now all I got to figure out is anything real? You don't have to be like, I'm not doing stuff, because you will be doing the stuff when you're feeling good. Just it just so happens to be that we live in a time where a lot of people don't take care of their stomach, body, and brain and emotions, and so you just distract yourself instead,
Yeah,
and then AI is going to make it worse. So you got to take control of it now, or else we're going to be doing the same thing at
yeah, I think,
90.
yeah, I think for one thing, like my parents, especially my mom, who would be the one who like organizes all the doctor's stuff, especially like, um, not especially, but just how she thinks is like she's very against like medication and stuff. I think she has a stigma against like pharmaceuticals in general. Um, and
I mean, I get that with pharmaceutical companies, but drugs are very good if you need them.
yeah, and I think she also doesn't really like believe in or even consider the possibility of like mental health stuff or whatever. Um,
Yeah, I get that.
so it's possible. Like I'm kind of thinking about it more and more recently, where I'm like, maybe there is some sort of medication that can just help me like stay focused on like tasks that I want to do that actually takes like an amount of time that I need to focus.
Yes, your mom in
uh,
that scenario is not being stupid. She's just choosing to learn about things that have nothing to do with mental stuff. So if she put the same amount of energy that she did with other things that she's interested in to looking into this stuff, she'd realize that it's not something that you believe or disbelieve in. It's just something that helps you or not. And
Yeah, I think wherever she gets her information from, like online, like kind of demonizes, uh, or the people she talks to are kind of like demonize like medication and stuff, and like a stigma against it, where it's like, oh, well, I don't know,
yeah, I mean,
or like, yeah, I don't think, uh, no, I guess it's just something that I have to do as an adult for myself because like I'm able to. If I'm interested in finding out any answers, I should just do that or whatever.
just remember to do it with patience and with learning while they're helping you. You have to,
Yeah.
at least for me, I do my research, so I talk with my psychiatrist on stuff, and I base everything off of what I've been trying or not. And I'm like, this is what I would like to try next. And then he's like, that makes sense or it doesn't. And here's why, because it could hurt you with this thing that you take. Or here's why, because the research doesn't really show that one. But here's another one that's similar to what you're talking about. And then we have a productive conversation with me being myself because he's not me, but also, and then recognizing that I can learn things, plus me recognizing that he is a professional and understands how these drugs work for this specific way, dealing with a ton of different clients, and then working together. Just like taking things blindly is stupid, and not taking things blindly is stupid.
Oh yeah, I think yeah, like trying to be educated and mindful about whatever effects of whatever you're taking, or like trying it though too and seeing if it helps.
I know that I'm super close to like everything feeling good, like emotionally, mentally, gut wise, and physically. I'm like at the precipice. I'm like super close to getting everything under control. It's gonna take more time because of this van, but and then like everything having to do with myself and my personality and everything. Once this is all like there and this whole crazy voyage of trying to figure out all these health things is like plateaued and leveled off and I can just focus on when I start to feel sick as I get older. It's I already know like I can see every time like a big stride is taken with my stuff, I feel so much better. And I'm like, how the heck have I lived almost 30 years without this stuff? And man, I would have been able to get through college. And man, I would have been able to have better relationships with people.
How
And
does that
man,
make you feel? Is that like a sad thing, or is it like a happy thing that you have found it now or whatever?
it's a happy thing because like maybe I wouldn't have been able to understand it or I didn't or maybe I wouldn't want to try to do it when I was younger like I know I didn't. So as I get older and like my brain and all my functioning crystallizes and becomes like better and better every day and more and more Trey and myself every day and talking to you and my sister and everybody else that's close to me and getting their perspectives, this is the only time that it would have made sense to be this way. There's no reason to be upset about being in the past. I wouldn't have gotten to the point to where I feel like I need to figure it out if I didn't experience what I experienced. So it might just be somebody that never figures it out, and then I just deal with having a cough every day. I just deal with feeling like my stomach hurts every day and feel like shit every day, feeling down every day. I could just do that forever, or I could slowly try to figure it out over time.
Yeah, and I mean that sounds really good, and kind of like the thing you're saying about like making progress towards like being kind of like a better version of yourself, or like more yourself, how you would want to be, kind of. Uh, seems like pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I might try to do something like that for me. Uh,
You shouldn't say
Setting
might
up
try to. You talk
like
just
a
like how
doctor's appointment or something.
you talk the exact fucking same way as me, where you're like, I might or I should or whatever.
Oh
Just
yeah,
go
no.
and do it.
Ironically, it'll probably be like the oh well, that's gonna take time to like set up an appointment, and then I'm gonna have to do this, and then I'm gonna have to make sure it works with my schedule and that they're in network, and then I'm gonna have to check my uh, health insurance to see if it's what the copay is and if I have enough money to do that right now, or if I, you know, there's someone around here seeing a new patient, or I could play Bellagio. I might play Bellagio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. No, I'll do it. But yeah, because there's some things I saw too that I'm like kept making me more and more suspicious that I might have ADHD because I found myself doing this habit, pretty bad habit. I think socially where um, I'll get like really energetic in a conversation or excited to talk to someone, or I'll have like some point that I want to like interject with because I'm just excited talking to the person. And I'll like blurt stuff in a conversation when really I should be more patient and taking turns or something. You know what I mean? Like like too eager to like jump in or something. I don't know.
That's also just
It, and like interrupts people. I don't know.
it's also just conversation with certain types of people. Like since you and I can interject back and forth with each other, we're kind of like conditioning each other to do that. Because I've noticed like I do the same thing. Also, my mom does that. Your mom does that. Both of our mothers do that, and both of us do that. So it might just be that might not be an ADHD like thing. It might just be like a conditioning thing. But just remember, like what I was saying before, it doesn't really matter what it is. There's if it's like an issue to you or an indication to you of something more, then it makes sense to look into it more. And the only person that knows yourself, the person that knows yourself the best is you, and then you, like talking to a psychiatrist or a primary doctor or whatever it is just uses their knowledge to help you, but you also have to be like extremely open with them like when you and I are talking, because otherwise if you're not open and somewhat dominant with the doctor or psychiatrist, they're gonna be the ones that are dominant with saying like, oh no, you're not like this because you're not even 30 years old yet, you don't have this thing. And you should be like, I'm fairly certain that I have something that's similar to this, so it makes sense to me to test it. I would like to test it instead of just letting
Oh
them
yeah,
take
yeah.
over.
Like you have to be your own advocate and speak up. Be like, wait a minute, I don't know, I don't know. Wait a minute, hold on.
This is not me being a hypochondriac. This is me wanting to test something for my body so that I don't get sick in the future, or I find out that I've already been sick and because you the doctor didn't want to test it because I'm younger. Oh, you have no consequences, right? If I had cancer this whole time? No, you didn't, because you chose the thing that is most likely. But I'm choosing the thing that feels most likely to me, and I want to test. So please give me the order to let me test this thing. It's as simple as
Yeah.
that. And it's going to
No, you're
sound
right.
rude and messed up, but like, when are you going to see the doctor again? The doctor isn't
Yeah,
your
you're paying
close
money to be
friend.
there. Right.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can build like a really good relationship with the doctor. Like both my
Well, I was
psychiatrist
thinking
and doctor are
about
like that.
sorry to interrupt. I was just
You're fine.
curious. Do you think it's better to I was thinking about going straight to like a psychiatrist or something nearby, but like does it make more sense? Because one thing I've been putting off for years is getting a general practitioner, like general doctor or whatever. Would it make more sense to go to a general doctor and be like, hey, this is like the things I'm thinking? Or would it make more sense to go to like a place that could do like an exam or something and be like, hey, let's run.
It's just you. Either way, it doesn't matter because you go to the general doctor. they're gonna write you a script to go see a psychiatrist. And so
Right.
then
I think it would just cut out the middleman, to be honest.
the issue with them writing you a script though is they won't know if your insurance works at the place that they give you a script for. So like you can take your psychiatrist exam script anywhere, but you're probably going to want to look at the one that they give you the address and phone number for. So I would just look up psychiatrists close to you, call the place and see if they take your specific insurance, and if they do, set up a thing. If they do not take it, do not set up a thing because it's going to be super expensive.
Is it a thing you need a referral by a doctor, or is it
No,
like
it's a different type of thing.
okay?
Like, yes, if you went to the gastroenterologist, um, like you could go to get your gut checked, but it might not be covered by your insurance because you didn't go through your primary first. But if your primary writes you a script to go get your gut looked at, then it will be covered.
Oh,
So,
so yeah, it's just checking with all the insurance information. Yeah,
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 pretty
yeah.
much.
That's really important.
But yes, I
Yeah.
would. I mean, I can give you my doctor or psychiatrist or whatever, the place if you want. Um, it doesn't mean it's gonna work for your insurance, but yeah, like just man, if you want to get into it, you're gonna be going. I was going to the doctor every week. Remember that crazy shit when I was going all
Oh,
the
that's gonna
time?
be a lot of copays though. I don't know if I want that.
You don't have to do it like that insanely, but if you're trying to figure out psychiatrist stuff, yeah, you'll have a copay. You'll have like $15 every month. And is that worth
Oh,
it to
yeah. If
feel
it's
good?
you're saying
Yes.
like monthly, then that's probably not that bad. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
and if they
I thought you
write
meant like every week. I was like, I'm not trying to go that crazy.
no, they'll be like
Yeah.
if you want to figure out stuff at a quick pace, it'll be like every month. They'll give you like okay, we're gonna test out this thing. I think they give you an evaluation. They're like, I think it's like depression, and they're like, okay, we can try out this antidepressant if you want. Here's what all the stuff about it. Here's how you can read about it. Would you like to do it? Yes or no? You say yes. They send it to you wherever you want it to be sent to, pharmacy or hospital or whatever, and then you pay for it. But as long as your insurance covers scripts or covers drugs, then it'll be like really cheap because they'll give you the not the name brand, they'll give you the generic. So you'll be like, oh, it's only $3 to get my 30-day fill. Okay, and so you'll be like $3 for the stuff you pay for the medication, and then you're like $15 for the visit. So it's like $18-$20 a month, but you're figuring it out. So that's good. And then if you do figure it out eventually and you're like everything is working, then the only thing you have to pay for every month is just the $3 thing that you're getting or $5 or whatever it is, the medicine you're getting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I think it's. I think I definitely want to try some sort of medication, just because, like, why the hell not if it could help, right? So.
exactly. And just
Yeah.
pay
I
attention
don't
to
know.
it. If you're like I don't feel right with it, you can send a message to your psychiatrist. So you don't even have to like set up a visit, but then you can also write notes for yourself and be like, okay, I'm gonna take it for a few days, even if it makes me feel a
How
little
do
bit
you send a
sick.
message? What do you mean send a message?
In their portal, there's like portal,
Oh, it's all like yeah, I getcha. Okay.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like an email but indirect.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think so because like I've heard. I was looking into like people's experiences on it and stuff. That like, oh, if you they take like ADHD medication, it's like their brain, like their thoughts slow down and it's like peaceful and they can like focus long on like projects or something. I was like, oh man, that'd be kind of sick.
yeah,
But yeah, because I feel like um, I don't know why I'm convinced it might be this thing. Like maybe maybe it's something else, or something related, like you said. Like there's some crossover stuff between other things. But some of it was like procrastinating until like the last second, and then being able to do something like really well. And I'm like, well, yeah, that kind of described me all throughout school because like I wouldn't ever do my assignments until like the night before, and then like rush it or like a essay or something. But then I would like go super hard at it and like do an actually like really good job.
Yep.
So
See,
yeah,
you're. I think that like you, Julian, you two at least definitely have it because you guys are exactly like my cousin. My cousin is like the most extreme version of like an ADHD person. But you definitely have it. Like if you're saying like this has happened since you were little, like a kid in school, I didn't have these issues in school. My shit
I had a
happened.
bunch of late assignments because like I would procrastinate, and then like if it was something important I had to absolutely do, like a fucking yeah, like a huge essay, I would always wait until like the last minute. I would never do work early and then like not have to worry about it after. Which I kind of wish I was able to do that in school or whatever. But my kid brain or just Austin brain was just like, nah. That's like that's tomorrow Austin's problem and shit. It would always be tomorrow Austin's problem until there were no more tomorrows.
Yep, and that's how it's still like that for me. I still am like, shoot, I didn't do this thing. Okay, I'll go do that thing tomorrow, and then it's like the end of the week. I'm like, it's the weekend. I should be playing a game. Blah blah blah. I'm still doing it. Oh no, everything is worse. Oh no, I did the gym stuff for a while, and then I stopped, and now I'm like, I can't stop until the time is perfect. I can't start again until the time is perfect. Like, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that was another thing too. Is like taking things on and being like a try like a all or nothing like perfectionist, and then like
Yep.
getting burned out on it.
Yep.
That's literally any time like before the successful time I like lost a shit ton of weight was like, oh, I'm gonna try this crazy diet, or I'm gonna only eat like 800 calories a day, or I'm gonna like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing, or I'm gonna do like keto, or I'm gonna do this, and then like I'd I'd be like, oh no, it's got to be
And
perfect,
you know
or like
why?
I had to go to the gym every day, and I would go for like 5 days, and then I wouldn't go the sixth day, and then I'd be like, well, it wasn't perfect, so what was the point?
You know why you're like that? If you have ADHD or something, because people with that, which I don't have it, but I have PTSD with the ADHD like symptoms, so I might as well have it. But the biggest indication for me, for the people I've talked to that have it, is seeking novelty, which means you get so excited to do the thing where you're like, I'm doing it, I'm starting it today, boom, 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 I'm doing great, doing it for days, and then after you've been doing it for a bit, it's not novel anymore.
Yes, no, dude, that totally explains it. Because I didn't even try it yet because I knew this shit would happen.
Yep,
And I told you about this because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like start making like beats or something like drum and bass music or whatever. And I was like, yeah, like I'm thinking about doing like music production stuff on my computer and like the software I'm gonna like do all this cool shit. And then like I knew the moment I would start it, I would like love doing it for like an hour, and then I would be like, okay, wait, there's a learning curve,
exactly.
and then I'd be like, I had to watch like 20 videos and then really like break all this shit down or whatever. Or like I bought a ukulele and I was like, yeah, I'll be like ukulele guy.
It's novelty, man. It's
Yeah, yeah.
it's
It's moving from what there's many projects I've started. I probably started like 1,000 different like um,
micro projects.
passion projects and like dropped all of them. But I'm like, oh, it'd be so cool if I did this shit.
Yes, because it's the same thing as me, man. Why do you think I can't work for an extended period of time? Because it gets so the same, and so I'm like, I gotta change it. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing that. Now I'm going here. Oh, I need to perfect how I um, trim my beard. I need to perfect the clothes that I wear. I need to make sure. Okay, I don't have this house now. I need to make sure I do this next project fully. Why do you think like whenever you and I talk, we talk for so long because we both think of so many different novel things, or we
Yeah.
relate on
Yeah,
things
like
that are
one day I
different.
was like, man, I'm gonna learn Japanese because like I like anime and shit, and like Japan seems really cool. And so like I spent like an entire day learning like very basic things, and then I was like, the next day I was like, what else can I do?
Yes. So like that's why like getting into routine stuff is extremely important to for like people like us, not routine, sorry. Yeah, routine and habitual stuff. So like why do you think that you don't have an issue with certain things with eating in general? Because like you've been eating in general for your whole life. And why do you think that when we went to the gym for so long, we did so well? Because it became like a daily thing, and we would keep going all the time, and it became like a thing, like going to the bathroom. Like we've
Yeah,
had this conversation.
it's kind of surprising to me, like being able to form the habitual pattern of like doing so well and doing the same thing over and over again.
But
I thought that was pretty good.
that's why the novelty stuff is so detrimental for us, is because like it means we pretty much have to turn things into habits, or else we just seek the next thing.
Yeah, I feel like and for me, like when things fall out of habit, they fall out of habit, like kind of hard.
Yeah.
And that kind of sucks. But and that one thing too is like I saw that there's like poor impulse control, and I'm like I kind of feel like that's like my dumb caveman brain going like, bro, get McDonald's on the way home, and I know for a fact I'm like, no, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm not like gonna do stupid shit like that, whatever. But I don't know. I think there are like little signs here and there that I'm like, maybe it's not all my, it's it's my fault, but maybe it's like maybe there's something that I could have done to help my brain better or something. I don't know.
Like
Like
how
maybe I've been using a frying pan.
Yeah, exactly. um like how I was saying at the beginning of the conversation about the executive function stuff. Um think about it like this. Do you have issues starting tasks or sticking with them? Do you have issues planning or organizing? Do you have issues shifting attention smoothly to things or multitasking? Do you have issues remembering steps and details of things? Do you have
Oh,
issues
bro.
regulating your behavior,
Yeah,
just
I
getting
got a
distracted
problem
or
with
overwhelmed?
multitasking. You know, like when I when I try to message someone else and talk to you, my brain just can't do two things.
Yep.
uh,
So
yeah.
it's that's why things like for us, at least for me, so I won't speak fully for you, but like that's why I externalize my memory, where I'm like writing things down on lists, um, or using like reminders for things, or like the best way, like we were talking about, is like automizing or not automizing, automating our tasks to be like repetitive things. So it's like it's easy to sit down on the couch because it's comfortable and play Blatcho because you like playing that game. And just like before, it was easy for us to go to the gym and be constantly losing weight, or for you, and gaining weight for me, because we
Yeah,
automated it.
when I was in the midst of it, like coming home from 10-hour shift and just putting on my gym shoes and like going right out the door again to go to the gym, like it wasn't hard. It was weird. I was like, yeah, that's what I do. I have to do this.
Yeah, so that's like
Yeah.
that's why things can shut us down so fast, because like getting, for example, when I say stay vigilant and keep doing the things that you need to do when you have a girlfriend, because like when you get the girlfriend, it's super novel, right? And then it takes away the the automation of going to the gym or doing things that you need to do because now you have that new stimulus that's like, oh, I really love
Oh yeah, the
spending
novel
time with
thing is
her.
yeah,
It
yeah.
overrides your like habit stuff. So you're like, okay, it's fine if I stay at her house and then you don't brush your teeth. Getting rid of like brushing your teeth is your habit, right? You're like, it's fine. I'll just brush my teeth the next night. Or you're like, it's fine. I won't. Like, I'm gonna go out to dinner with her instead of going to
Yeah,
the
here's
gym.
a real world example that's a little gross. Like I had two tubes of toothpaste in my bathroom. And I've done everything I can to squeeze every drop of toothpaste out of them so I don't have to go get more toothpaste because I don't want to have to spend money on toothpaste.
Yep,
and
exactly.
uh, and I ran out a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, I'll just go get toothpaste. And then like, oh, I forgot to go get toothpaste. And I'm like, oh, I forgot to get toothpaste. And I'm like, wait, I haven't brushed my teeth for 2 days. That's fucking nasty.
Yep,
What's going on? But
it's part of the prioritization stuff where you're prioritizing going to work rather than making sure to get the toothpaste and going to work. Like you're like, it's
yeah,
more important for me to go to work than it is to go to the grocery store to brush my teeth because I have to have my career or my job or whatever that makes money. Meanwhile, what do you need that money and stuff for? For things like toothpaste.
yeah, right. No, that's a good point.
Yeah, so it's crazy, man. That's why we can talk forever about this stuff and can relate to each other on this stuff.
Yeah, because like maybe I'm completely off base and I'm just reading my own mind wrong, but it's I'm starting to feel like maybe how my like way of thinking is not how normal people think. I mean, not normal people, but most people. Like, like maybe I have like a certain thing
Or
like
you
that.
are, even if it is like most people, that doesn't mean that the way that most people think is good, because what happens to most people, they don't ever do anything and they just live for the weekend and they don't have any money because of how shitty the country is and stuff. So they can never like progress forward. So like even if you're the same as everybody, that can be a bad thing too. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, here's the reason for anything. It's just like, how can I become better?
Right. Or like, I don't know if this has anything to do with it. I heard something that like there's like stimulant medication or whatever.
Yes.
Um, and I'm like, is caffeine at all related to that? Like the effects of caffeine on the brain? Because I
Yes.
know I have like a lot of energy drinks, and I don't know if that's like related to like it makes my brain feel better, and that's why I like them, or I just like them because they're like a tasty thing,
So,
or whatever.
alcohol is a depressant drug.
Yeah.
Um, Nicotine is a stimulant, which is why some people use it to function, like smoking. Caffeine is a stimulant, which is why people have energy drinks or coffee or tea or whatever to motivate. The issue with both of those is that they are very low with amounts of what they do in your brain. So like they're easily all almost all stimulants are very easily addictive, and then that's why for any stimulant that's not caffeine or nicotine, I'm sure there's a couple other ones, but aside from those, you can just buy those off the counter. But like any other stimulant, you have to show your ID and you have to have a medical doctor do it, and you have to go through trials before your insurance will even cover it. And so like yes, caffeine, nicotine is in the same category as Adderall, Vyvanse, Ritalin. They're all in the same category, and even with like cocaine. Um, so, or wait, not is it cocaine or is it meth? I can't remember. It doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. But yes, if you're taking it constantly to try to like be able to function better or feel better, you'll just get used to it, like I said, because that's how a stimulant is. It's supposed to just
Yeah.
help you, not do everything for you. So like if you're like, oh shoot, I have this, you end up being like, yes, I do have this thing. You talk to psychiatrists, and they're like, okay, we're gonna start you on a low dose of Ritalin. You're gonna see like there's ups and downs of taking it. Like you might get blurry vision. You might get like a huge burst of energy, but it's focused on stuff that doesn't matter. Like when I was prescribed low like Ritalin and kept going with the dosages, like it does something for me and I can tell when it's activated. The issue is it doesn't work for me because it makes me focus very intently on stuff that does not matter. Like I will do some insane shit. Like for example, I will like be let's say I'm making dinner, okay? You use spices when you make dinner, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be making dinner, get out some spices, and my Ritalin will kick in. Let's say it kicks in like 30 minutes or something, because that's like the release. I will be like, interesting. The caps on my spices are not all the same color. So I think I should probably go to the store and get like a tiny little tube of black paint, and I should paint all the tops of all the different spices to be the same color
Holy shit.
because it's bothering me right now in this moment that they're not the same color.
Yeah.
How have I never noticed this before? And
Yeah.
I will go to the store, I will waste $8 on some paint, I will take off all the caps of all the shit, wipe off everything, all the spices off of it, get some pepper in my nose, sneeze, 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 wash my hands, get everything ready, paint the damn caps, and then I start to come down from the Ritalin after 4 hours and I'm like, what the fuck? Why did I paint these caps? I don't give a shit about this.
So is it better to do it when you have like a like a working task or
No, no,
something?
no, because that's
Or you
what
want to?
I did have a working task. Remember? I was trying to make dinner. And I
Oh,
figured
okay.
taking the stuff, because you're supposed to take
And
it so you
something
can
random
function.
got like hyper focused on.
Yes. And so, like,
Oh,
Ritalin does
okay.
not work for me, for example, but maybe it would work for you. But you have to, like, you have to go through these trials and recognize the fact that, like, normally you wouldn't do that with your spices. You know what I mean? You have to recognize that. And
Yeah,
so
you'd be like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like me.
yeah, and so maybe it was like an
Yeah,
accident, right? And you test it
right.
for like a couple weeks or whatever, and you're like, this is working or it's not working. Are you doing the things you need to do, or the things that like are you getting energy from it, or are you getting energy from it but it's not going toward what you need? Because if not, you need to try something else. That's where like a different type of stimulant comes in, like a Vyvanse or like an Adderall, where those ones focus in a little bit different way. But remember, they all have ups and downs, and you can't just take them every single second that you're like that you need them because they're still drugs and they still like can make your heart work faster or your blood or whatever. So you have to take it, and then you don't want to mix them. You don't want to have like caffeine with like Adderall or whatever, because
Oh,
then
so I'd have to like quit caffeine probably
you wouldn't
if
have
I got on all
to.
those.
You wouldn't have to, but like let's say it's hard for you to focus at work, so your doctor prescribes like a low dose of Adderall. Then
Yeah,
boom, you're
I don't
like,
know if this sounds weird, but like, when my lunch break happens at work, I like go to the gas station. I'll get like an energy drink, then I'll drink it, and then my day's kind of like easier.
yeah, because you're
I don't
able
know.
exactly.
Yeah,
You have like a break plus you have a stimulant at the end of the day. Then that's what I was gonna say is if you're like having a difficult time the entire day and your psychiatrist is like, here's a low dose of Adderall and it kind of helps you, but then for you, you crash from the Adderall and you feel like shit at the end of the day. You're like, dang, okay, so you write it down in your notes to talk to the psychiatrist for next time. You're like, dang,
yeah,
every day I crash from the Adderall. But then you're like, okay, so I'm reading the notes on Adderall on my pill bottle and the notes, and it says it works for 8 hours. So I was at work for 8 hours. So that makes sense. So then you're like, oh, caffeine is a stimulant, so you could take caffeine like after work, and it will like smooth out instead of having a insane crash. you'll kind of like smooth into not being on a stimulant because the caffeine is less powerful, but it's still a stimulant. So you're like coming off the Adderall, you get a little caffeine in there, so you're like smooth, and then you don't have the crash. You see what I mean?
Oh yeah,
So
like
there's
you can find a way to like taper it off or whatever.
exactly. So like
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to figure out for a while with my psychiatrist and um but since I'm in a different state, I can't like get medication through different states. So I
yeah.
can't focus on this yet.
I think I would rather talk to a psychiatrist and try some kind of medication thing rather than like a psychologist and try to get some like talk therapy or something about it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, a psychiatrist
but
is really pretty much the same thing as a psychologist, except they can prescribe medication. So,
yeah,
and you get 30 minutes with your psychiatrist per visit. You get an hour with a psychologist therapist. So, like, if you can
like
summarize your
write down
notes
notes
exactly,
on the things I want to say.
you're
Yeah.
getting the best from both of them. And they will like suggest talking to a therapist if you need it. Like they'll be like, you should maybe consider talking to a therapist, but if your insurance doesn't cover it, then you'd be like, fuck that, I'm not spending $200 an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I think it. I don't know. I think it might just be able to help me.
it's at the very least it will give you some sort of answer that you can go
Yeah,
toward.
maybe I do like an exam or something. And they're like, bro, you're fine. Like you don't need to be here. I'd be like, oh, okay. But
Yeah,
yeah, I just find it interesting because I'm reading all these signs or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, sounds like they're describing me.
yeah.
So I don't know. I was like, shit.
Just be honest with yourself what it means when they're describing it. Don't just like fill in the blanks. Make sure it's like genuinely describing you, and then you'll be good.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's where like the star sign shit comes in, where you're like, it can fit
Oh yeah,
anybody,
like this
but
one time I knew,
right. uh, are you anyway? Are you busy tonight? Are you gonna? Do you want to play a game or something? Talk with.
that's like selling the crystals and being like, oh, or reading someone's fortune and being like, oh, there's someone special in your life. There's an S in it.
No, I don't think there's anybody with an S in my life. No, no, no. The speed eats. They say it's an A. Yeah, Amanda, Amanda. Yes.
Spirits.
Oh
uh,
man, that's hilarious.
yeah, I love that shit. Uh, yeah, I mean, I would hang out, but I already kind of made a plan.
What's your plan?
This girl I was talking to wanted to play a game or something.
Okay.
Um, so I might hang out with her tonight, but maybe late tonight. Uh, I'll be on if you're up late or something. But
Yeah, just let me
I'm
know.
trying to stay up later at night because like lately I've been going to bed at like 11 at the latest. It's like as early for me. I'm trying to be like, bro, I can stay up late. Especially like even on the weekends. Like last couple weekends, I've been like, man, I'm just gonna go to bed.
I mean, do what you feel like you should do. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a weekend. I got a party, bro. And then I wake up. I hate waking up early on a Saturday because I'm like, well, I don't want to do anything Saturday morning. That's not fun.
Yeah.